All right, we're back on the shop, and I promised a winter project. So I cleaned the shop up a little bit. It's got room in here now, and I got the winter project in here. As a matter of fact, the camera's sitting on it right now, and I have it up on the new lift table. So yeah, new winter project. Wife just came out. I had to stop the video. I didn't have to, but she's singing and hollering. So yeah, I got it on the new work table. So we're gonna get you spun around here, and we'll start looking at this thing and talking about it. All right. I think it's a 70s, mid 70s something Bush Hog V47 garden tractor. They didn't make these too long. This one's in really good shape. The tins and everything are in really good shape. We'll do a quick walk around. Somebody has set this up for tractor pulling at one point, so it's not fully stock, but we'll do a walk around. So it's a V47. It's an actual Bush Hog. I mean, the tins, everything is in really good shape. I mean, you know, dashboard's clean. Everything's pretty clean. Wheels are checked. But I got the mower deck with this, and I have a plow for it. I sold the mower deck. I actually had the tractor. I had the tractor for sale, and I had it for sale, and nobody wanted to buy it, or they were like, "Oh, I'll give you $100 for it." And I said, "Nope." I said, "I'm not selling it for $100. The ones I've seen that are rusted messes are going for $300 at minimum." So it sat on the marketplace for a while. It sat. Everybody kept lowballing me. So now guess what? It's getting cut up. And I mean cut up. This is not going to be an off-roader. This is getting built as a Mowkart. I'm slamming this thing to the ground. Live axle in the rear. Custom front axle with spindles. Knuckles, sorry. Solid axle, no pivot. Seats getting slammed down, so I'm sitting right in between it. The frame, my goal with the frame footboards is to only have them about 2 inches off the ground. So, and then I have a new motor. So anyway, let's talk about this thing. So it's I would guess it's got a Wisconsin engine, heavy duty air cooled, they call them. There's a serial number and stuff. They must only be like 7 horse. Anyway, it's super clean. Generator starter, gas tank's clean. Everything's really clean on it. So it's got a 2300 in it for a transmission. I'm not sure if, see, I got the new table now, I can just swing. I'm not sure if that's stock in this. Maybe it is. Some of you guys might know. But as you can see, somebody's welded on this thing and put all the stuff necessary for tractor pulling, right? Your wheelie skids, your hookup for your chain, and then this is the slam bar so you don't get hit with the sled if need be. But anyway, we're going to cut all that off. Fenders are going to get widened. So where they are right now, they're bolted on this seat tower. They're going to get widened about that 1.5 inches and drop down onto the frame because it's going to have go-kart wheels on it, tucked up in there and wide. I have a live axle over in the back of the shop. It's going to go underneath this. I think it's 1 1/8 inch axle, so it'll be plenty heavy duty enough. This table is the stuff. The tractor's in good shape, like I said. We're not going to worry about that. Idler's going to go. It does have a steering box in it, sort of. Maybe not a steering box, but... So I don't know if I'm going to use all that. I think I need more direct drive steering, so it's faster for go-kart stuff. Like I said, the dash is in good shape. Seat will be totally different. I'm not using that seat. She's a heavy-duty unit. The front actually has 1-inch spindles with hubs, so those will be good maybe for a future tractor project. They might be really good to go on the Charlie horse them 1-inch spindles would slide right through a John Deere 1-inch axle, swept axle. So maybe I'll put those on the Charlie horse, those spindles with those hubs, those taper bearing hubs, taper roller bearings. So that'd be nice. They're heavy duty. Got headlights on it. Headlights are going to stay. Front end, I'm going to build a custom front axle, probably a rectangular tubular that's going to come through this. So the front wheels will be the same distance out as the back wheels, but they'll be way up here, just like the back. The front wheels will be way up here. So yeah, we're going to build all that. We're going to build strengthening struts, so if the axle's up here, I'm going to strut it back for strength, so we don't twist the axle out of it. Because the motor I'm going to put in this, I think this thing's going to rip. It's going to be chain drive. So it's going to be long chain though. So I got to figure out that. I got to figure out if I want to do a, I don't know. I mean, long chain's fine. You just got to run chain guides and all that. So anyway, so this is what's going to be. This is going to be the project. It'll probably be, you know, probably going to be months. So it's probably going to be a bunch of months. I'm not going to rush through it. It's got to be strong. It's got to be, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be slammed right down. And we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to film everything. And we'll start tearing into it here in the next couple weeks. And start getting some more videos out on it. I'm going to go, so the donor motor, I have a whole other unit sitting outside that is the, that just me and Lucas went and picked up, that came in, and it is the donor engine and other things. We'll go over that, but I'll get that in here on the table. We'll jack it up and we'll talk about that too. Okay, I'm breathing a little heavy. So we got the donor unit up on the lift table. Lucas and I just had to manhandle it in here. So we'll go over what this is. Okay, so Lucas and I just picked up the donor bike, not really the donor motor. So this is the motor we're going to use for the project, for the Bush Hog project. It's an 81 Suzuki GS450L. We were told it ran a year ago or whatever. It's been sitting, everything's a little stiff on it, but it's complete, and that's the big deal. So right now, Lucas, you know, back wheel's locked up, and I think that's because of the chain. But I'm going to do a whole overview on this thing. Once we get it in the shop, get it on the lift table, and then we can do a quick walk around. But Lucas and I are going to get this thing unloaded. The price was great for it. We only paid $50 for it, and I have a title and a key, which is crazy. But so yeah, it's complete. It's a twin cylinder, side-by-side twin. It's a little smaller than I wanted to go for this project, but it's a street bike engine. It's going to be fine. Transmission, everything's complete into that. So yeah, we're going to drag this thing off there, and we'll get it in the shop, and we'll do a walk around. All right, so it's so much easier when you have a tractor to unload this. Lucas and I fought that thing up on that trailer, but here it is. It's going to sit here for now. It's been sitting outside anyway, so it'll be fine. And then yeah, this is a 1981 Suzuki GS450L. So it's a inline twin, and it's complete. Everything is here. You know, it's been sitting outside, but everything is here. I'm just missing side cover there, but whatever. That wire right there is for battery. So the chain's like stiff as a board. I can't tell if the rear brakes are locked up. The rear wheel won't move. The shifter's hard to do, but we lubed it up, and it's just hard in the case. I can hear the gears shifting inside, and it's getting easier now. It is, yeah, it's getting much easier now. But anyway, this is complete. Dual carbs. It's a complete bike. So that's the donor motor, 450cc inline twin. So the tractor is going to be a Mowkart, go-kart, shifter cart. So it would be a 5-speed. I think this is a 5-speed. Yeah. So a 5-speed. So this is going to be a 5-speed shifter cart with that motorcycle engine. The good thing is I got throttle, I got all the switches, I got gauges. I think I'm going to use put the RPM gauge, the speedo gauge. We're going to try to use all that. Of course, the speedo goes on the front wheel, but that, whatever. We'll see if we can't utilize it. If we can't, it's a worm gear inside here that drives this cable. If I can use it, I'll use it. If I can't, I won't. I think we're going to take this brake setup off, and we're going to use that as rear brakes. So I'll have disc rear brakes. This will have, it'll have foot clutch on the left and gas and brake on the right, like a car. So yeah, we're going to try to use, I mean, RPM gauge, that should be fine to use. That runs right into right there. I lubed it all up. So what I'm going to try to do is we'll clean the tank and everything. And I'm actually going to try to fire this up as it is, because all the wires and everything are hooked up. So I'll try to fire it up as it is. And if I can get it running, idling and everything, and then I'll feel better about tearing it down. And basically pulling the motor out, and yeah, you know, all the electronics are there. So I just got to figure out how to put them in, you know, find a spot in there behind the dashboard and put them all in there. And so it won't have hand throttle, it'll have foot throttle, but I'll be able to use all these push buttons. Well, it won't be that push button to start it. I'll put a nice push button on the dash and kill switch and stuff, but all the wires and stuff are good. I even have a key. I even have a key and a title for this bike. So it's a 1981, like I said. Last time it was on the road, I would guess, I mean, that sticker says 2009. That's a New York State inspection sticker. But the big thing about this is I checked the oil. There's oil in it, and it's not full of water, which is surprisingly. And that the oil looked pretty good, but it's complete. It's a complete motorcycle. And the thing about it being complete is title, key, complete bike. I only paid $50 for it. So you can't beat that. I was looking for, you know, ready to go ones people want. I mean, it's more than I want to spend. You know, $1,500 for a motorcycle is a pretty good deal, but not for when you're trying to chop it up and put it into a go-kart. But anyway, that's what this is going to be. So this is the winter project. And yeah, it's going to be pretty badass. I'm not using the shocks or anything, but I'm going to keep those shocks. I'll keep those. You know, we'll keep a lot of stuff just to have it laying around. The pipes are going to be shot. This thing's, they're rusted through. But we got all the exhaust system back, so it'll be a twin back, and I'll probably dump them right under the footboards and then back over top of the rear axle and out the back. Foot pegs, you never know. I won't probably use that brake lever. I'll probably make some controls or order some go-kart controls. But this is it. Complete bike, $50, 450cc donor bike with a 5-speed trans shifter cart. So carbs are all there. Everything is there. That's the big thing. So that's the project. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna try to do this, you know, decent and nice and not just rush through it. I am in no hurry. So if it gets to the point where I got to shove it aside, we got to shove it aside. But we're gonna work on this thing. It'll be over the winter, tinker away. I'm gonna leave the tractor as it is right now until I can see if I can get this bike running. If I get the bike running, then we're good. I'm gonna start, it'll run, it'll sit just like that. I'll stuff it off to the side, and then I'll start tearing the tractor apart and getting that to the point where I need it so that I can pull that motor out and try to fit that motor in there. I'll take some quick measurements, but I really think that motor is gonna set in there, and I think I'll be able to dump it down inside that frame just a touch for a little bit lower center of gravity. Steering wheel's got to get tipped back. I don't know what I'm gonna do for steering yet. I haven't decided. Thinking about maybe a rack, but it's go-kart steering. It's got to be pretty quick, but we'll see. We'll see what they sell. I can get a go-kart rack or something like that, instead of just, you know, hind joints or whatever. But we'll see how it goes. That's the project.